How you doing, everybody? Got something new for you. Before I start, a lot of you have been asking me to answer certain questions and to talk on certain topics, and it's a lot of work, a lot of writing, research, whatever. Time editing, everything else. I need your financial support to make this worthwhile for me, so I get some kind of return for this. And I don't mind talking on virtually any topic. If you send me as much information as you can about either your personal situation that you want guidance on, or some analysis on, or just a general topic about male or female nature and relationships. So it could either be something to do with you in particular, or something more general in terms of psychology. And the way I want to do this, and I don't mind your input on this if you have any ideas, but if you have a particular topic you really want me to do, let's say prostitutions, going to prostitutes. A lot of you have asked me for that topic, and I do want to do that topic. And let's say I was to put that topic up for view, and so everybody can see it, and you can donate to that topic. And anybody, either the person that brings it up or anybody else that has an interest in that particular topic can donate to it. And I can have a whole bunch of other topics as well that you can donate to that particular topic. And when I reach a certain amount of monetary total, then I will do that video. So if everybody donates, I don't know, $5, $1, $10, whatever, it should add up. It should add up pretty quickly, and I'll be able to do a lot more content for you, and address a lot more issues, and maybe even personal things, and try to give you some real substance. May not be always what you want to hear, but hopefully you will learn from it, and hopefully it'll be life-changing. Alex on Life will change your life. So anyway, give me some suggestions. I'm looking at a web page, maybe put up the topics on a web page, and then you can simply donate by Patreon or PayPal. Send me a little note as to which topic you want to donate on, or you may just want to give me a unspecific donation to keep my work going. You can do that through Patreon regularly per month. I'd really appreciate it, and at that point I kind of will be working for you, and I've got some ideas about some travel, and bringing you different locations, and maybe different personalities. The possibilities are endless. So let's develop this in some way that it'll be unique and it'll really work, and just keep it straightforward. And I think if I was to post these topics for everybody to see, then you could pick and choose as to which one you want, or maybe you want to donate on all of them. $5, $10, $25, so you can send me $1,000, whatever it may be. Some of you may be well off, some of you not so much. Whatever. Let's keep the content going, and like I say, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I just don't want to just blab to you. about anything just from the top of my head. I want to give you something real substantial, substantive, and formidable. Alright, so let's get going here on this new topic. I've just been writing and writing and writing and writing. The last 2 weeks have been kind of stressful for me in terms of family, so I never didn't have all that much time to actually do a video, but I've just been writing in my spare time, just writing and writing. So I'm starting off by self-presentation and public image preservation are paramount to the self-acceptance of all women. I'm really big on terminology. I'm really big on definitions, and concepts are built from terms, and if we are to understand the terminology, you can master any discipline just by, or most of it, just by understanding the terminology involved. And I like to originate a lot of terminology and thus concepts. So let me read that again. Self-presentation and public image preservation. So the key words here is presentation and preservation are paramount to the self-acceptance of all women. Self-acceptance, for them to accept themselves, all right? Publicly, they have to preserve a certain persona. Now, that's not so much important to us guys, but it is very important to the average woman. They live for that. Presentation and preservation of that image, okay? It's a superficiality that transcends in importance any form of substance, okay, for women. This is the root of all female insecurity and the reason for female insincerity, dishonesty. The self-presentation or the presentation publicly and to the self, it works in conjunction, right? Their self-image and their public image works together for women. So what we're doing here is we're dissecting female nature once again. It's an ongoing process. It never ends. And we're dissecting it, and I am giving you the formula for the mighty female game. Now, I've done a video on the male game, and you're under the impression that you have a game. Well, who really has the real game is women, females. They have a mighty game, and it's the mighty game that can suck you in, and without even you perceiving what is happening to you. So that is the reason to dissect female nature, because it's quite a formidable entity to take on. So this is the root of all female insecurity and the reason for female dishonesty. So insecurity is a very big thing for females, and they do a lot of nasty shit to themselves and to others around them because of their insecurity. An insecure female is a very dangerous creature. And if you are her mate, she can really hurt you. She can really do a number on you if she's acting out of insecurity. There's no limits to what she will do. The idyllic female public image is comprised of the noble idyllic archetype of what femininity is touted as traditionally and mythologically representing. Ooh, what the hell does that mean? The idyllic female public image is comprised of the noble female archetype of what femininity is touted as traditionally and mythologically representing. So the idyllic female image doesn't have much of a connection of the real image, of the reality of female nature. Okay? So what they present publicly and what they present to themselves, they fool themselves. Actually, women deceive themselves first, even prior to deceiving you. Their whole inability or failure to take ownership of their behavior is, in essence, a deception on themselves first. And once they believe their own image and their own motives themselves, then it's very easy for them to deceive you as their mate, because they truly believe it. So they have to deceive themselves first. That's why if you are close to any females, you will notice that once the initial novelty fades about a female and her looks and the sexual attraction or whatever it is, you're faced with what you notice is tremendous amount of baggage that she has, emotional damage and whatnot. And all that is because of her self-deception. She has to use self-deception as a defense mechanism in order for her to be able to live with herself. Female nature is a very shameful condition to live under. Okay, us men, we don't know it because we attack problems and we react to stimuli in a totally different manner. Now they can't do that. They have to uphold their presentation and preserve their image. Okay, so that was the first sentence in this lecture here. So because of that, if they wouldn't deceive themselves, they would have to live under a lot of shame, which largely men don't have to do. Men would be full of guilt if they would have to be subjected to functioning under female nature. But luckily we have to function under male nature, so we're pretty clean. We're pretty clean. So the image of the female is touted traditionally and mythologically as being something that it is not. It's a fallacy. It's a delusion. And women themselves must perpetuate this delusion in order to first live with themselves, to be able to accept themselves. How many times have you heard, I'm very happy with myself? Okay, this whole female psyche about trying to convince themselves about how they're wonderful and they're happy and they love their bodies and they're very satisfied with who they are and blah blah blah. They found themselves and all this garbage that us men, we don't deal with it. We take a task and we get it done. We get the job done. End of story. And if we don't get the job done, we say, fuck, we fucked up, let's try again. It's not how women function. So the male has historically been conditioned to believe in this good fairy that with magic powers, which is woman. Okay? The good fairy with magic powers. The male's angelic superior. Now this is what's sold to men, and it has been sold to men since the beginning of time. Since Adam and Eve. His angelic superior. Superior in every fucking way. Okay? You've been taught that she is your superior in every way. Her style is better. Her demeanor is better. Less susceptible to demons, addictions, whatever, bad habits, more rational, and above all, much more moral than you are. She is your guiding light, your guardian. And any woman being tantamount to having symbolically given you birth. Okay? Birth, no less. These are powerful, powerful forces. With every woman being a representation of your own mother. In essence, you are being controlled by your mother. First, and then a surrogate mother when you get into a relationship. And this doesn't even necessarily have to be marriage. I mean, marriage is the ultimate control that a woman will have over you. But even if you're in a relationship, okay, she's going to have to control you. Your mother controlled you. It's the nature of women. You think you're controlling women. Ha 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 ha. Are you ever fucking stupid? It doesn't work. It simply doesn't work. No matter how much you want to believe this, okay? And it makes you feel good to believe it. You're fooling yourself. Women fool themselves. And you're fooling, and men also fool themselves in different ways. So we talk about women being deceptive toward men, but how about men being deceptive towards themselves, right? Lying to themselves, fooling themselves, wanting to believe in something that is not there. Delusions. So she's your guiding light, she's your guardian, and any woman being tantamount to having symbolically given you birth. No less. That's the ultimate. Somebody was giving you birth. Your mate is the representation of probably the most powerful force in your life. Someone who brought you into this wretched or wonderful world, depending on how you want to look at it. These are powerful forces, with every woman being a representation of your own mother. Now that's major. That's major. Now, let's see this process, how this process works. Have you ever thought about this process? Well, that's why I'm here. I want to get you thinking. I want to get you thinking in a way you've never thought before. That's what you're paying for. So, in essence, you're being controlled by your mother and then a surrogate mother. Your partner, your soulmate, the love of your life, the girl you want to bone, the girl you want to cuddle up next to in bed, the girl you will be vulnerable to, the girl that will know all your weaknesses, the girl who you will cry to, sob to, whine to, cry with, laugh with. Which you are instinctually driven, the same girl who symbolically gave you birth. This is the difficult part. You are instinctually driven to also mate with. It's a very, very strange dichotomy. Very strange. It's enough to it's almost too difficult to even comprehend, right? Half of what she is your mother, and the other half is somebody that you have the instinct to inseminate. She's controlling you, but at the same time you're trying to dominate her and have ownership of her, even though she has to have ownership of you. Oh God. God. You know, that's the blueprint for any relationship. It's a difficult concept to master and to actually exercise on a daily basis, is it not? Shame for the female is the most feared of all ordeals, which results from 1. The loss of contrived, idyllic, public image. See, I'm talking about the terms. We got to learn the terms and think in terms of terminology. And if we learn the terminology, we will master the discipline. The loss of contrived, idyllic, public image. That results in shame for her. Number 2, the exposure of a woman's true, actual, and inherent nature also results in tremendous shame. So 2 things that women experience, something they abhor the most, and that's shame. And that's from the loss of contrived, idyllic, public image and the exposure of a woman's true, actual, and inherent nature. So basically, the truth, honesty, reality brings a woman shame. Isn't that sick? Isn't that absolutely fucking sick? For men, those are the very things that bring us honor, nobility, pride. How in the fuck are we gonna get pride if we're frauds? We can't do it. We get no gratification, no verification, no validation if we're frauds. Now conversely, turn that all around and women get all those things from being fake, perpetuating the false public image, and hiding, disguising their true nature. And in order for them to do that, they have to lie to themselves first before they can lie to you, the male. So shame for a woman, shame for a woman, shame for a woman. They have a lot to be ashamed of. An accidental or forced disclosure of a woman's inborn and hereditary characteristics which influence and determine her true personality is a source of shame. The accidental or forced disclosure of a woman's inborn and hereditary characteristics which influence and determine her true personality. So if you want to bring shame to a female, you disclose her past, her record, her actions, her behaviors. You disclose it. Some call that slut shaming. But the key to it is to never make anything up. You don't need to make anything up. Women have a hard time living with themselves. That's why a woman is going to hide and totally disassociate herself from anything she's ever done that is shameful. Men don't do that. We take pride in what we did, even if it's for the learning experience, for wisdom. No. With women, never happened. Never. Never. Gone. Gone. Never happened. It's kind of like wiped. It's wiped. Absolutely wiped out. The hard drive is wiped. And to revisit it for a female is extremely shameful. It's a shameful ordeal. To revisit anything, not that anybody has done to her, but what she has done to herself and others. It's very shameful. Women are the winners in the public relations arena by far, and you already knew that. They have succeeded as being viewed as angelic, infallible, innocent, benevolent, morally clean, and capable of no malice. Nope. Women are not capable of malice, while being highly susceptible to the purported abusive nature of all males. All males. Blanket. Who take pleasure in violating females in every way possible out of pleasure and biological necessity. Now that is the female narrative, is it not? since the beginning of time. A lot of you have been claiming and considering that women are the way they are because of the current society that we live under, and the forces, the negative forces upon them have turned women into demonic creatures. No! No! They've always been like this. The only difference is that now they are awarded for it. Awarded. This is the false female narrative. In reality, and by converse antithesis, the female idyllic archetype, which has been relentlessly self-touted by females since the dawn of time through their phony victimization status, is a lie. And the type of female that is sold to the male does not exist. It's a myth. It's a hoax. Let me read that again. Women are the winners in the public relations arena by far. They have succeeded as being viewed as angelic, infallible, innocent, benevolent, morally clean, and capable of no malice, while being highly susceptible to the purported abusive nature of you, the male. You take pleasure in violating females in every way possible, just out of pleasure and your biological necessity. That is what defines a male to the female collective and to society, to Western society in general. That is your public image, our public image, the male public image, as opposed to the totally contrasting female public image, right? In reality, and conversely, the female idyllic archetype, which has been relentlessly self-touted by females since the dawn of time through their phony victimization status, is a lie. And the type of female that is sold to the male, you know, that angelic female, that idyllic female that is sold to you and you're conditioned to believe, well, that is a lie. Does not exist. It's a myth, it's a hoax, and it's false advertising. And we fell for it. We fell for it, didn't we not? Did we not? And how about all those dumb fucks that attack me for what I say about women? I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know if they're young. But they're very uncomfortable with the reality that I'm trying to present them with. They're so afraid. They claim to be dominant over women, but they're so afraid to face them, to confront women, and to see who they really are. See them for what they are. They're so afraid of that. They have no guts. All they can do is write one-liners on YouTube. And they can live within their illusion and delusion. The danger lies in that males are intent to want to desperately believe in this lie of the female archetype as part of their own ultimate self-deception. And perverse sexual fantasy. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's your perverse sexual fantasy to fantasize about what women are and what you want them to be. And that's when you get thrown off the cliff, my friend. This is good, actually. The danger lies in that males are intent to want to desperately believe in this lie of female archetype as part of their own ultimate self-deception and perverse sexual fantasy. It's your teenage boy porn fantasy, the way you see women. For men need to be aroused in order to function sexually. A female does not. You are under a lot more pressure than females are in the mating game. You have to perform. She does not have to perform. Even there, she does not have to perform. All she has to do is to choose you, choose your ass, and to spread her legs. It's all she's got to do. It takes no fucking talent. All she's got to do is be female. All she's got to do is have a hole between her legs. Other than her asshole. The universal male religion is a faith in the female savior. Faith in the female savior. Faith in the female savior who will simultaneously nurture but also submit to the male and wishfully to male nature. So, again, the universal male religion is a faith in a female savior. Symbolically, every female around you, around the world, historically, geographically, socially, racially, doesn't matter. It's your female savior that you want to believe in, that men want to believe in. They're desperate to believe in that. Desperate, desperate, desperate. It's too easy. You're a sitting duck because you're desperate to believe it. Desperate to believe in your religion. Desperate to have faith in the female as your savior. In the female as your savior. This Savior who will simultaneously nurture you, but also submit to the male. And you wish to male nature in its entirety. She will submit to your male nature. You wish, you hope, you fantasize, you pray. You have faith. You have faith in this creature because you have been conditioned to believe the image that does not exist. The female image, the female representation, identity which does not exist, which is a hoax, which you have been sold, which you have been defrauded by, cheated, ripped off. It's not what you bargained for. It's an illusion, it's a delusion, it's a hoax, it's fraud. She doesn't exist. You're at the altar of this female deity which does not exist. I'm taking away your religion right here, right now. And this is why you attack me. I understand it. Nobody, when any religion is taken away, people go crazy. They resist and they retaliate and they do crazy, crazy shit just because their religion was nullified, debunked, and ripped away from them. But it's better that I do it. You will see later. It's better than I do it. Because if I do it, you won't get hurt. You'll get stronger. Let me explain. So she's supposed to nurture you, but also submit to you, giving the male the ultimate validation of his masculinity simultaneously. That's why you need her. She is the only one, a female is the only one who can give you male validation. And she's got power over you because of that. You thirst for it, you hunger for it, you're desperate for it. You crave it like a fucking drug. This irrational, deliberate, and obstinate desire of the male to believe in this false deity is the downfall of all males. Universally. Doesn't matter where you are. It's all the same fucking shit. All men are faced with the same fate. With the same desperation. With the same direction. And since the beginning of time. In fact, the male behaves this way in spite of the grave consequences he will face. Hey dude, not all women are whores. No wonder you don't get laid. Hey dude, I'm real intelligent, yeah. Women submit to me. Yeah, you gotta have a backbone, dude. You know how you gotta handle women. You gotta know how to handle women. Yeah, fucking shit. Yeah, you'll be the first one to do that, eh? Yeah, you've discovered something new. Okay, great. Write a book. How to control women. It's a book that will never exist. Never. It's biologically driven. It's instinctual for the male to crave female validation. You feel huge, you parade her, you show her off, she's yours. You're domineering, you're possessive. Yeah, that's all healthy male behavior. However, it comes with dire consequences because she can crush you like a little fucking bug. No matter how. No matter what an alpha male you think you are, she will fucking crush you like a bug. And then she'll send the authorities after you in the state and the legal system, and you'll be fucking pulverized. And then you can go on YouTube and explain what a big man you are and how you can control women because you've got a backbone, you got a spine. Yeah. Yeah. Those bitches are all over you. Yeah, they're all over you. That's the ignorant, stupid male. And you know what? You deserve what's coming to you. And I'm not going to hurt you. It's not going to be me. Alright? Guess who it's going to be? The male must be aroused. And he must inseminate. Instinctually. The female does not have to be aroused to be inseminated. All the female has to do with all her talent is to spread her legs. That's it. You actually have to do the fucking. And fucking a female is not easy. It's hard work. It's hard work. It's physical work. It's sexual arousal. And to do it right, to do it well, is infinitely even harder. Unless you're if you're a 5-minute wonder boy, then that's not cutting it. But it's still infinitely more harder than just spreading your legs, is it not? See, they have it easy, don't they? For insemination of any female is instantly tantamount to male validation. So if you can inseminate a female, be it a one-night stand or be it a long-term relationship or whatever the fuck it may be, it's equivalent, tantamount to male validation. And that's what you're after. That's what you're after. That's what you require from her. And you will do everything to acquire this. You will travel the globe. You will spend all your money. You will risk your life. You will get your head kicked in. You will lose your job just to get female validation. You will risk your entire future. You will put everything you got. You will put yourself in her fucking hand where she can just go and crush you like that and leave you with nothing. Throw you in the garbage and rip your guts, rip your soul out of your guts. And you will do it all for female validation. That is the power she has over you. You have no power over her. She's not looking at you for her validation, for male validation. She is not. She is she's very fine without you. She's fine without your sex, and she's fine with anything to do with you. Because you're disposable and you're replaceable to her. She does not need your validation, but you need her validation. The male will risk life, limb, and soul for the emotional rewards of male validation that he can only receive from a female. Male pulverization, which is comprised of both. What is male pulverization comprised of? Two things that come to mind. Again, we're dealing with terms here, definitions, terminology. One is overwhelming disappointment. Male pulverization results from overwhelming disappointment, and two, humiliation. Overwhelming disappointment and humiliation. Summed up as complete and persistent, repeated disillusionment. So, as soon as a relationship starts, incrementally, you will be subjected to disappointment and humiliation as a male. It'll be complete, incremental, persistent, and repeated disillusionment. So you had an illusion, and it will be slowly but surely taken away from you day after day, on a daily basis, more and more and more and more and more. Women are the ultimate destroyers of the male illusion in females. So it's women that are going to destroy your illusion, not me. I'm just trying to forewarn you. I'm just a messenger. I'm just trying to conduct preventative medicine here. Preventative. Before you do get crushed. Before you do get pulverized. I'm trying to prevent it. And you can only do that with knowledge. By understanding the mighty female game. Not your fucking childish, juvenile, teenage boy porn fantasy game. Not that. But the mighty female game. Which is incomparable to your juvenile game. Don't even try to compete against it. The female falls quite short and actually emerges as the opposite of her public representation. She emerges as the opposite of her presentation, of who she is. And this will incrementally become evident to you within any relationship. This is called female deconstruction of the male illusion. It's incremental, but it's pervasive within the male organism. It goes right through you. And it's consistent. It's ongoing. It's relentless. It wears you down. And your illusion is taken away from you. Little by little by little by little adds up to completeness in shorter time than you may think. And for those of you who had relationships or have relationships, know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who are the naive, ignorant males, you're kind of going, fuck this, it's not gonna happen to me. I'll go to war, I won't get shot. All the other fucking dummies will get shot and killed, not me. I'm too smart for that. Yeah. The pulverization of the male comes when he realizes that a female emotional response is largely, like her public identity, nothing more than an illusion. Nothing more than an illusion. A trick for which he was foolish enough to fall for. That he was foolish enough to fall for. That you were foolish enough to fall for. That we were foolish enough to fall for. Did we not? Did we not? Am I talking crap to you? Or am I not? He was duped. The male was duped because the male was willing to dupe himself. It was way too easy for her. Way too fucking easy for someone who all she can do is spread her legs. That's the extent of her talent. And that's the extent of what she's going to offer you. Extend to you. That's the extent. To spread her legs. Is that hard to do? And even that will be done selectively. And measured. Usually. Like any cheated individual, the male feels overwhelming humiliation. Did we not all feel that? Humiliation? Who can humiliate a male more than a woman? Nobody. Nobody. Like any cheated individual, the male feels overwhelming humiliation and an instant nullification of any perceived male validation. So instantly your male validation which she granted you will be ripped away from you like that. Ripped away like that from you. Instantly. And what will happen then? Humiliation and nullification of your male validation, of your identity. That's your very identity, is it not? You made it so. You've been conditioned to make it so. Everything is your male identity. and she has it in her hands, and she can fucking grab it and rip it from you like that. And what will you end up with? What will happen then when she takes it and fucking rips it? Well, the male is crushed because he was scammed. And that is when you will realize that you've been fucking scammed. You go, holy fuckaroony. I don't believe this. I've been fucking scammed. It was all a fucking scam. Holy shit. I never even thought that anybody would be capable of this. I couldn't do it. My buddies couldn't do it. No guy could do this. She could fucking do this. What kind of fucking savage wild animal with no guilt, no remorse, no empathy, no sympathy could fucking do this? It's inconceivable for a male, but she can do it. You know why? There's nothing in here. She doesn't feel it. She doesn't feel it. She doesn't feel it. Can you take a chainsaw and fucking put it to your leg and start cutting into your leg? No, you can't. Could you do that under anesthesis? Yes. You wouldn't feel a thing. You could just watch your leg being cut off. You can cut your own leg off. You know, you don't feel it. If you don't feel it, you don't feel it. And she doesn't fucking feel it. You feel it. She doesn't fucking feel it. Incapable of feeling emotions. No depth. Only feigned emotions. Feigned. Pretense. Imagery. Public image. The maintenance of her image. She dresses up as the woman fantasy that you've been taught to believe. She dresses up as this character. And it's what you want. She dresses up what you want her as. And secretly, that is not who she is. But you believe it. Because you've been taught that rabbits have 2 long ears, and you've been taught that dogs bark, and you've been taught what women are supposed to be like, and you say, well, that's a woman. She's nurturing, she's clean, she's innocent, she's a victim. She will care for me, she will love me, because we all know how deeply women can love. Oh yeah. Just like that, the love is gone. Just like that, the love evaporates. Where? Where does it fucking go? It goes into thin air, does it not? It's just magic. Women are the most impressive magicians ever. They can do magic with their emotions. Men can't. No. We're consistent. But they can pretend to be the female archetype, the idyllic angel. It's all doable. It's all doable. Just put on the right persona and the acting job, and it's there. It's exactly what you expect. It's too easy for them, for women to do it. It's too easy for them. You make it too easy. The male is crushed because he was scammed. He was led to believe in an imposter who bamboozled him into believing he was something, which he apparently is not. When it's ripped away from him, she made you believe you were somebody. And then your identity is ripped from you. And you're empty. You don't even recognize who you are. The male was deceived in his male validation. The male was deceived in his male validation. This is an instant loss of identity for the male and the crushing of the male spirit. The very crushing of the male spirit. Because of his instant loss of identity, which is male validation. Any physical, diminutive female can pulverize any overbearing, formidable, foreboding male. Doesn't matter your size. The tiniest of female can crush you, can crush your ass. Because she crushes you from the inside. The male was led to believe he is in command. You were fooled in believing that. He was fooled to believe he was dominant, that he is desired, that he is in control of the female, and that the female is emotionally dependent on the male, on you. But that's not the case. It was all a scam. You were deceived. The naive male will even believe in his superiority and his command over females. I see this all the time. I see that in men going their own way channels. In my own channel, it's full of these fucking males. And one of the dangers of MGTOW is it does not support reality. It does not teach reality. It teaches this false sense of male empowerment and the underestimation of women. Don't ever underestimate something as formidable as female nature, or you'll get crushed. You got to understand it, not underestimate it and be complacent about it. That's just asking for you to get kicked in the gut. Okay? I am even attacked periodically by these ignorant males who are actually cruising 100 miles an hour towards a brick wall, oblivious and wallowing in their own self-perceived male validation, their own self-perceived male validation, which they were deceived into believing by the woman whose path they crossed, thinking they are omnipotent in their female awarded male validation. Female awarded male validation. She is going to choose to validate you or not you. You will not receive it because you deserve it. You will receive it if she decides to award it to you. But this could be a false prize, and you don't realize it. These men are the delusional and disturbed males. The delusional and disturbed males. Take a look at them 10 years later. For failure to perceive reality and clinging to delusion for one's own assuagement is the epitome of psychological and emotional weakness and possibly mental illness. Failure to perceive reality and clinging to a delusion is weakness and mental illness. This is the type of ignorant male which is made to order for the healthy, functioning, enterprising, crafty, successful female. The successful female is the female under which you will be under her control. Successful female is the one that will put you under her control, suck you in, use you up, and spit you out. Spit you out. That's the course of events, is it not? And don't try to fucking be smart because you had a few one-night stands at some parties that your buddies had, okay? Doesn't count. Doesn't count. You know fuck all. Absolutely fuck all. Get in the ring with a woman. Live with a woman. And then see how long you can make your relationship last. And let's see which direction your relationship will go into before your ass is fucking thrown out the door. Hump and dump. Yeah, she's gonna dump. We've learned in my previous videos, have we not? And every relationship is gynocentric. It's gynocentrically centered. Every relationship. By definition, a relationship must be gynocentric. It's all according to her biological directionality, not yours. Success as defined by the rawness of the primal female nature. Success is defined by the rawness of primal female nature. That's what success is, being a female. The role nature has created for females the role nature has created females for is to use you up and throw you away and pick the next guy. That's what they were created to do. That's the natural stance of the female. The method she was given by which to reach her biological destination. Okay, you can't fight against it, you can't ignore it, you can't deny it, you can't wishful think it away. You can't attack another male which counters your fantasy, your delusion. Because this is what females were created, the method she was given by which to reach her biological destination. And her biological destination is not you, nothing to do with you. You will simply enable her to reach it. You're a tool. You're a tool in that destination, in that journey that she embarks on. You're just a fucking tool. You're the scooter that she mounts to get there. And then when she gets there, the scooter gets fucking left in the ditch. She no longer needs the fucking scooter. She has already arrived and gotten there. And what did you get out of it? Who gives a fuck what you got out of it? It is very easy for a female to give a false sense of male validation. She's only after one thing, and she's only with you because she wants something from you, like any crook. Any crook wouldn't even look at you. You're invisible to any crook if the crook doesn't want something from you. If the crook wants something from you, if the criminal, the thief wants something from you, then they will deceive you into being able to take that from you. And what she wants, what she's driven by, is her biological imperative. It's instinctual, it's even largely unconscious, and she will go, just as the criminal, she will go to every length to reach it. And of course, every woman is going to deny this because it is shameful. The whole act is shameful. The whole method is shameful. The whole female sexual strategy is shameful. So how can anybody face that? And to know and to face themselves in the mirror and acknowledge that and to live with. She can't live with that, so she's going to deny it. And she's not going to analyze herself, so she won't see it. But if you're going to analyze it, and if you're going to analyze it with her and to her the way I'm doing right here, then it will be very evident, easily evident, exactly what the process is, exactly what the female process is. It's very blatant. It's out in the open. It's conspicuous. If you only take the thin veil away, and if you only wipe away your fantasy, your delusion, then you will see the true nature and the motives behind female behavior. It's very easy for her to give a false sense of male validation to any male who crosses her path and whom she permits to be thus gifted with male validation. She is the one who controls and doles out male validation. And you are on your knees waiting for it. And you will travel to different countries. You will wait for hours. You will inconvenience yourself. You will sacrifice yourself. You will put yourself in danger for male validation. That is the prize. It's not sex. It's not sex you want. On the surface, it may seem like you want sex. You don't want sex. You want male validation. Something much deeper than fucking physical sex. And a cum shot on her face. Something much more deeper than that. That is not fucking enough. That lasts for 2 fucking seconds. Something much more deeper that you're after is the cum shot on her face means to you nothing less than male validation. That's what it means to you. And that's why you are desperate for her. And that's why she has all the power that she has. And she has tremendous power over you. Tremendous. That's why you're in danger. And you have no power over her. Because she doesn't fucking want your cum shot. Get that through your head. She doesn't want your big dick. She doesn't want your dick up her ass. But you do. You want your dick up her ass. Because that's how you get male. Validated as a male. That's how you get validated as a male. By sticking your dick up her ass. And she can very easily play the role that you want her to play in order, like any common criminal, to get what she wants out of your stupid ass. She'll allow you to stick your dick up her ass just to get what she wants. And if she doesn't get what she wants, look out. You will feel her wrath. In no small way. Her aggression. Her retaliation. Her vindictiveness. If she doesn't get what she wants, or if she doesn't get what she thinks she deserves to get. The crushing of the male begins when he incrementally and subtly finds that everything is the opposite of his fantasy, of his female fantasy. That's when the crushing begins, when he starts to realize that everything is the opposite of what he believed and what he expected to get. Love, validation, devotion, long-term relationship with the woman emotionally dependent on you. And then you find out that it's only a hoax. It's her lie. She lives within that lie. Because it makes her look so nice, so good. So clean and so innocent and so good. Angel of goodness. And you're the fucking jerk. She's the angel of goodness. And she would have loved you forever if only you weren't such a jerk. And she had to escape from your abuse. Escape from your abuse because the relationship no longer worked for her. No longer works. This relationship no longer works. And she will tell everybody that it no longer works. And how awful you are to her. She will tell everybody. And everybody's going to start looking at you. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit he is. Ugh. My God. This poor woman. What she had to endure. What an abusive. He's got to be thrown in fucking jail. He's got to be fucking shot. He's got to be destroyed. He deserves to be pulverized. He deserved everything that she did to him. The poor woman. And you know what? He deserved a lot more. She was too kind. He was in fact under full control of female manipulation. Under a constant contrived scenario designed for deception. For his deception. Until you're trapped. You're trapped like a scared, frightened animal You're trapped. You can't get away. How does a trap work? It works with deception, right? You're deceived to step into the fucking trap, and then the trap goes... And then you fucking can't get away because you're fucking trapped. That's how all traps function. Every trap in the world, anywhere in the world, female nature is the same everywhere in the world. Oh, the Christian girls are different. Oh, the Christian girls. Yes, the Christian girls. Yeah, a Christian girl will fucking rip you apart. And your whole church is going to look at you. What a fucking douche you are. Because they're going to listen to her narrative. Remember, you can't compete against a woman in the public arena. You can't. You've already got a bad reputation for being male. Already. They have crafted it expertly, mercilessly, and in great detail. They have already crafted your public image. He was in fact under full control of female manipulation, under a constant contrived scenario designed for deception. The female had enacted the whole scene, and she was the expert illusionist, magician. But it's a horror show. It's not a fun magic show. It's a fucking horror show. All because she wanted something from him, from you. To take something under false pretenses. Isn't that how every criminal functions? Something the male was duped into bestowing on her out of his own volition through the potent effect of his emotional deception. Wow, what does that mean? It was so beautifully designed, the female design. This is the area where females are very talented in deception and pretense, fakery. In duping the male into bestowing on her what she wants out of his own volition through the potent effect of his emotional deception. He is crushed and pulverized when he realizes that he has partaken in a big lie. And that little woman went from a fantasy, an angel in his fantasy, to nothing short of a demon, who under certain conditions will stop at nothing and getting what she wants and crushing him completely, pulverizing him. He realizes that he had partaken in a big lie. Her lie. In the lie of a master, an absolute master, who does not need your male validation, who does not need your emotion, who only wants what you have that she wants to take. It's all. It doesn't matter who the hell you are. Interchangeable. Because the feelings, she is immune to emotion. She cannot feel it. So if she cannot feel it, if you cannot feel that you're cutting your own leg off with a chainsaw, you might just do it because you don't feel it. She's an observer. She's not engaged. She's not directly engaged. She's not part of the act. She's an observer. She acts upon the other. She's not part of the act. That's the key thing. That she's the instigator. She is the one who is engaged in the action and who's doing the action to the other person, who's acting upon the other person. She's not acted on, she's acting upon the male. And the stupid, naive male does not realize this because he is imbued with fantasy. The male porn fantasy. He finds that he has no defense. He is isolated from society and has nowhere to turn. Talk to you guys soon. Good night.